behind former Wisconsin Badger Jack Sanborn is pretty legit through the last 2 games for the Chicago Bears. A machine on the field, just ask Jared Goff and the Lions. Sanborn had himself a day last week against the Detroit Lions and doesn't look to be slowing down with the opportunity that he's being given to start for the Chicago Bears. Today, I am going to break down for you guys who Jack Sanborn is and why he very well could be the guy at linebacker for the Chicago Bears for years to come. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Thank you for joining in. And today we're hitting on middle linebacker Jack Sanborn. Just a correction for you guys. In my last video, I did call Sanborn a outside linebacker. My mistake. The Bears have moved him to middle linebacker where he's having extreme success. Thank you guys for fact checking me on that. I really appreciate it. And thank you for always your comments in the section. Is Jack Sanborn a Hall of Famer yet? No. Can he be? Anyone can be in the NFL. Just got to give him a shot, and he's definitely taking advantage of it right now. So who is Jack Sanborn? 22-year-old from Lake Zurich, Illinois, a Chicagoland native and Bears fan growing up. Obviously, everyone wants to play for the Bears when they put on their uniform growing up in the Chicagoland area, unless you're a silly Packers fan, which I don't get. But anyway, Jack Sanborn is a 6'2", 234-pound linebacker from the University of Wisconsin Madison. Played football 4 years there from 2018 to 2022, where he had a ton of success, and a lot of people projected him to be a 5th-round pick. His injury his junior year, which lowered his playing time, did not help his draft low, but he had a great senior year. So, middle linebacker, undrafted rookie free agent, 228 total tackles during his 4 years at the University of Wisconsin Madison. He barely played his freshman year and also barely played his junior year, again, due to injury. 89 total tackles in his senior year, though, in 13 games, including a bowl game. Out of those 89 tackles, 16 were tackles for loss. During those 4 years, he also had 11 and a half sacks. As you can see here, he is pretty good at getting after the quarterback. He did it twice against Jared Goff and the Lions. 5 of his sacks in college came his senior year. And again, he already has almost half of that in one game against the Detroit Lions in the NFL. He also had 4 interceptions and 3 forced fumbles. As you can see here, Jack Sanborn picked off Jared Goff in the red zone when the Lions were driving down the field. Unfortunately, there was a bad call by the officials where everyone knew that Jack Sanborn definitely deserved to keep that interception. And unfortunately, he didn't, but you can see his ball hawk ability. So what has he done so far for the Chicago Bears? Sanborn was a fan favorite at training camp when people broke the story that he was a Chicagoland native and also saw his film while he was a linebacker at the University of Wisconsin Madison. Sanborn so far in overall season, but in the last 2 games I'll break down so far. In the overall season, he has 24 tackles, 19 in the last 2 games. 18 of those 19 tackles being solo. 2 sacks against the Lions. And again, an interception that really should have counted, but can't take back the pass, but we all know it counted, so we'll give him the credit there. He also is not afraid to go after the ball. As you can see here, he is fast and is able to get to the ball carrier in order to push them out of bounds. But look how fast he goes across that field. It is insane how fast Jack Sanborn is. He has also already impressed in 2 games. Against the Miami Dolphins, he had 7 tackles, 6 of them being solo. And against the Detroit Lions, he had 12 tackles, 11 of them were solo with 2 sacks and, again, asterisk interception. If he repeats this progression, he's going to do good things in the NFL. With my math, next game against the Atlanta Falcons, Sanborn will have 17 tackles, 16 of them being solo, 3 sacks, and an interception. Not saying he's actually going to have 3 sacks or an interception, but Jack Sanborn against the Lions did a pretty good job against the number 7 offense entering Soldier Field this past Sunday. He did a pretty impressive job in a much easier Atlanta offense. Sanborn could definitely do good things. So could he be the guy? I think if he gets re-signed, which he definitely deserves so far if he keeps up this level of play, if he re-signs with the Chicago Bears next year, put him on a 1-year prove-it contract, give him a little bit more money, and see if he is the legit linebacker that he's playing at right now. If he can keep up again this type of play and do it again next year, he could be the long-term answer for the Chicago Bears and give ease to Ryan Poles when drafting this upcoming season, not having to use next coming offseason, not having to use an earlier draft pick on a middle linebacker. Do I think he's going to be a Brian Urlacher, Dick Butkus, Mike Singletary? No, I could see him being more of like a Lance Briggs type player level hype, but not saying Lance Briggs was a bad player. Lance Briggs is arguably a Hall of Famer as well. And Jack Sanborn could be that guy if he keeps up this level of play. As you know, in Chicago, we love to create linebackers, and this guy definitely has the ability to do so. Put your comments in the comment section below if you think Jack Sanborn is legit or not. I think that he is. He seems like a good guy for the community as well. He's already gone back to his alma mater, Lake Zurich High School, to talk to them about what it's like to be a pro in the NFL. and I'm sure he's given back to the community as well. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody. Bears at Falcons. Go check out our preview video for all the updates of what we think is going to happen. But thank you again for joining, and have a great rest of your weekend.